Hey, what's up? Hello, yeah, welcome back to the Cult Juice channel. If you are a returning viewer, if you are new, welcome to the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss out, okay? Now, in this video, we're going to be getting into Normani's new album. This Normani album has been causing quite the conversation online ever since it has been released. Y'all. The people have been talking, okay? I'll just say that, all right? Now, it's been over, 6 years? And Normani has just finally dropped it. And when it first came out, I'm not gonna lie to you, I hated the album. Like the album just sounded so underwhelming. The just quality of the music just sounded so dated and so like old. Like I was like, girl, this 7-year-old album that you had in the stash for this long, like you can tell she hasn't really touched it since she started working on it. Like you can just tell she hasn't really been adding anything different to it lately. Obviously, you can just tell. And the album just, at first, I hated it. I just was not a big fan of it. I was just so against it. The only songs I liked on it at first was Candy Paint, Wild Side, and that's mostly because I've known the song for like 2 or 3 years now, and Insomnia. That's it. And even then, I've kind of like grown to not like Insomnia anymore. But anyway, it's a whole other topic. But a lot of people feel like her album was just so underwhelming. And it was trashy, Underwhelming. I can see where people are coming from when they say that, because it's just like the production style isn't nothing like crazy. Like it's nothing just like, oh my gosh, this is some sick new stuff. No, nothing about it screams like, oh yeah, this is some real top notch. No, not at all. Okay. It's just, and it's not to say that that's bad. Like not every song that comes out in the industry needs to be some top-notch, crazy, over the top like moment. It's okay to have some songs or some albums that are just, more on the chill side, okay? But this album, to me, like her vocal ability isn't even showcased on this album at all. Most of her singing on this album is just like mumble singing kind of, and it's like kind of SZA coded. Like, you know how SZA, when she sings, it's really like, mumble jumble, like it's like you can't really know, you don't know what she's saying. Yeah, that's kind of how Normani is. She's rapping and she's just kind of like mushing her words together when she does sing. It's like, okay, where is your vocal like talent being showcased at here? Like, I don't see it at all, okay? But that doesn't mean that the music is bad. It's just like, I would love for her vocal ability to be showcased, especially for her being gone so long. We don't know what you're capable of. We don't know what you're capable of. And when you're having a debut album and you have been like being waited on for this long, you need to be showcasing all your talents, okay, in this body of work, for real. That's just how I personally feel. I mean, because we don't know Normani anymore. We don't know what Normani is capable of. We just don't know. And the world just wants to know, Normani, who are you as a person? I feel like after hearing this album, I don't know what Normani is capable of. I don't know what her backstory is. I don't know what she like. I don't know. Like, it's just, most of these songs are about sex and just like, I don't know, really shallow topics. But it's like, I want to get some juicy tea. How are you doing? How you feel? Like, can you sing some more? Can you give us more of an experience? Okay. But as I've listened to this album, I've only liked the song Still. That's the only song that has like made me, like the album a little bit more. Because at first I was just not for it at all. It just felt so incomplete. Like even some of the songs on it just don't sound properly mixed all the way. And I'm not one to be a big critique of that, but it's just like, it's been so long for us waiting for a project that this is what we get. It's like, okay, all right, girl, okay. But maybe this is Normani's like sound. People are like saying, oh, it's bad, but maybe this is just how Normani is going to be making music from now on, okay? But there is a big portion of people who do love Normani's album. A lot of R&B lovers are in tune with it. They feel like Normani is reviving the entire R&B genre. I don't know how I feel about that, because I just feel like nothing that she's doing with this sound gives me like, reviving a genre at all. Now let's get into the performance of the album. The album is doing pretty decent. I mean, a few of the songs on this album have about 1 million views on YouTube. Nothing too crazy. The streams are pretty average, about, 8 million, 10 million streams for the album as a whole. About 1 million streams daily. But people have really been clowning her for her Billboard 200 placement, okay? She charted at number 91 with only 12,000 sold. Now, when I say only 12,000 sold, I say only because normally people chart 50,000, 60,000, even 100,000 if you're one of those artists. but she only got 12,000, and she's getting so much hate for it, so much backlash. But no shade, but like, I'm not mad at that. You know, the rollout for this album was terrible. So the fact that she even got at least 10,000, you know, sold, that's pretty good to me. And she's been gone for a while. You know, she has not been active in the industry at all. Like, she's not been doing a bitch ass thing. She's been sitting somewhere, you know, dealing with her parents who have cancer, X, Y, and Z. You know, she hasn't been filming any music videos. None of that at all. Okay. So, you know, I just personally, I'm glad that she just put the album out. That's why I am happy, you know, because it's just like, it was getting to the point where it's like, girl, do you even care anymore? You know, it was just like, what's going on? What's going on? So the fact that it's out to me means more than the numbers. Plus, you can always, you know, do things to boost sales, like, you know, release multiple versions, X, Y, and Z, you know, release, you know, vinyls for your project. You know, that's a different type of tactic people do to, you know, boost their album numbers, okay? But I think low-key, like, a lot of people still did not know Normani dropped an album. That's sad. Like, that is so sad. Like, the promotion from her label is awful. We need to get her booked for some live shows, some live events. We need to get her booked for the BET Awards, get her booked for the VMAs. And she needs to put out her music videos. Normani, you are a visual artist, okay? When you blew up from Wild Side, it was because your music video and your dancing was hypnotizing. When you blew up for Motivation, when you blew up for that song Motivation, girl, your dance moves took us by storm, okay? When you was on stage at the VMAs in 2019 performing that Motivation song, we were all in love with how you were moving, how you were dancing, your expressions, like your body, like everything. You can't just drop a song and call it a day. Okay, you're not that girl yet, all right? There's only a select few artists who can just drop the audio of a song and you know, that's enough. But not everybody can do that, okay? I'm sorry. Not everybody can do that at all right? And I wonder why Normani thinks that she could do that, but I don't know. Maybe she just wanted to get the music out as fast as possible. But the rollout itself has just been so terrible. It's been awful. I just have not been a fan of it. It's like nothing about it has been interesting. You know, she is on social media, she is on Twitter trying to build up hype for it, but that's just not enough. You have to have an entire movement around your project. Like, it has to be an entire, like, I don't know, it has to be a big thing, you know? Like, this whole dopamine release has just been kind of underwhelming overall. But I'm not going to be critical about her numbers. I'm not worried about numbers, okay? She still is building her name as a brand. So that is, I mean, it's going to be low now. It's going to be low because she's just getting started, okay? But yes, how do I feel about this whole Normani rollout era, music, the sound? Like, does it resonate with you? Okay, do you all feel like she could have made a longer album? Maybe she could have had more hits in it, maybe? I don't know. What do you think? Okay, what do you think? Don't be afraid to be honest, okay? Honesty is not always negativity, okay? It's called constructive criticism, you know? So if you feel like some things could have been changed, go ahead and comment down below, all right? What songs do you want to be singles? What songs do you want music videos for? What songs are just completely ass, all right? Let's get into that down below. But yes, that's my personal opinion on that topic. And I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe.